that 2004 season, that was when Isiah Thomas got there. Marbury, Penny Hardaway, and Trubansky were traded to the Knicks for Howard Isley, Charlie Ward, Antonio McDyess, and Magic Lampy. He was the European guy that never played for us.
There you go.
Draft rights to Milos Vujanic, whatever else. Yeah, so they traded him to Phoenix.
That's what I saw. 2006. This when I come into the equation. You still have Isiah Thomas as exec. Larry Brown is your coach. 23-59. Bad team.
But
Very simple.
we skipped 0405.
No, 0405 was Lenny Wilkins was coach. He got fired when you were 17-22. Herb Williams takes over, and you don't make the playoffs. You finished 33-49.
Herb
Stephon
Williams.
Marbury and Jamal Crawford, Kurt Thomas, Nazir Muhammad, Tim Thomas. Allen Houston only played 20 games.
I
He
told you Herb.
retired?
That's
Yeah, this was last year. This was his last season. Allen Houston. It's just not a good team. Like it's Isiah as the exec. You fired Lenny, got Herb Williams, Stephon Marbury, Jamal Crawford, Kurt Thomas, Nazir Muhammad, Tim Thomas, and everybody else is just the only other player that played more than it looks like Ariza and Jerome Williams are the only other players that played more than 50 games.
horrendous.
Yeah.
I did want to mention for Herb Williams that 96 off season he signed a 1-year deal with the Knicks. Like he was just a bench dude. He was a bench dude. Like I think he got a secret deal with the Knicks somewhere. Like he must have killed somebody for Dolan. Like he got to be a gangster for them because he was just around.
Yeah. Mr. Knicks.
Yeah.
0506 though. And this is my introduction to the Knicks. Isiah Thomas is exec. Larry Brown is coach. 23-59. Bad team. Stephon Marbury, Jamal Crawford. 26 games of Jalen Rose. 24 games of Steve Francis. 55 games of Quentin Richardson after his season with Phoenix. Channing Frye, Nate Robinson won the dunk contest this year.
And after 155 attempts.
Yeah, I remember that. And then David Lee was a rookie here.
Okay.
But it was just not a good team. Channing Frye was also another rookie.
There was a lot of arguing with Marbury and Larry Brown that year. I remember that made the paper. I don't know if I think it's the following season. The sexual harassment charges come up for Isiah Thomas and Larry Brown. They probably follow him. I don't know. I don't even know if he's there the following year. I just know that Marbury and him did not get along. Like it was very public.
This is crazy because nobody on your team averaged 17 points. That's wild. I mean, that's 2000s basketball, low scoring. Like people think that's like insane today, but that's not like it's still pretty crazy even for then. But it's not as crazy as people might think. But still, though, not even anybody averaging 20 points. Like, there's no wonder you weren't that good. And you were opposing points 27th of 30, 26th of 30 in defensive rating. So bottom 5 defensive team in the league. Like this wasn't a good team.
I mean, look at that roster though. Who
it's ass. I know. Yeah, I don't expect anything.
So Marbury actually had like the first star welcome home kind of vibration. Being in the Knicks, he played in Lincoln High School in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. Lincoln High School is where Sebastian Telfair ended up playing.
Yeah, I remember Sebastian Telfair. He played for the Clippers.
I want to say what's the guy that just came back to the Pacers just now? Not Jackson. The crazy guy. He Stevenson. Lance Stevenson. If I'm not mistaken, he played at Lincoln High School as well. Wow. And he looked like he didn't play for Cincinnati. I know who he played for in college. I forgot.
He wasn't Cincinnati?
No, I want to. Maybe it was. I just knew it was. I remember watching him and him from being from Brooklyn, so we were hyped about it. I'm from Queens, but
it is Cincinnati. You had it right, and he did go to Lincoln.
I don't even watch college sports. I don't know how I know this, but this is that miscellaneous male mind that we have. But yeah, Marbury went to Lincoln High School. He was coming home, so that was part of like the deal that Isiah Thomas was trying to pitch. I guess to Dolan would be a great idea. He wanted Iverson at a certain point. He was trying to trade for Allen Iverson as well. I don't know if it was for Marbury, but definitely because Larry Brown was there. Maybe that would have been. Maybe that's what he was thinking. But he had Crawford. We didn't have Eddie Curry by this time.
You did. This is the first year, I believe.
Who the fuck did they trade for Eddie Curry?
Tim Thomas. Mike Sweetney. Was he on the Knicks?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
I forgot.
Mike Sweetney, Tim Thomas, and Othello Harrington, I believe. are the ones that you gave up. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mike
The
Sweeney
timeline
was like,
fits.
I don't even understand how he was like Eddie Curry.
Hmm.
Eddie Curry, by the way, I don't know if it's that year, um, but he had like a 20 game stretch where he scored like 20 points. He had like a stretch that was amazing, and we were getting excited about it. We thought he was coming around, and I'm not sure if it's that season, but Eddie Curry ends up getting like hogtied and robbed, if I'm not mistaken, in Chicago in the
Really?
offseason. Yeah, and yeah, I want to say he was hogtied and robbed, and he's from Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, and like his family members and everything. Like it was fucked up what happened to him, and I think he lost his confidence from there.
Damn. 06-07, Isiah Thomas takes over as head coach. He's executive and head coach on some Glen Rivers. And you finished with a better record, but 33-49. No chance of making the playoffs, obviously. Jamal Crawford, Stephon Marbury, Eddie Curry, Quentin Richardson, David Lee, a little bit more Steve Francis, Channing Frye, Jared Jeffries, Nate Robinson, Marty Collins, that type of team.
If Marty Collins is there, we know what happens that season.
Is that the brawl? It was it
I,
2007?
it has to be
Marty
because
Collins was only a Knick for 1 year? Oh, yeah, you're right. It was 2007. It wasn't 2006.
had to be if
Yeah.
we didn't see him on the roster the year before.
It
By the
was
way,
2007 pre-Iverson trade.
what do you mean pre Iverson?
Like the fight was before the Nuggets traded for Iverson, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And
because
that was 07.
they traded Andre Miller for Allen Iverson. Because they traded
Right.
Andre Miller to the 76ers.
Pretty early in the season too, but I remember seeing Iverson that season with the Sixers like live. That was the one time I saw him live play.
And I knew that wouldn't work immediately. Like I knew that was going to be a disaster.
Iverson and Melo,
Yeah,
two ball stoppers that score and don't put enough effort on defense.
effort on defense and just that whole mentality. It was that flash.
I need to be that guy.
Yeah, too much flash, and it was part of the reason why they traded Allen Iverson because they knew that was Melo's idol, and he wanted that street image. But I'll get more into that later.
Your
Um,
leading scorer in this 2017 was Eddie Curry, not Stephon Marbury, 19 and a half points a game and 7 rebounds. That's actually pretty decent. On
that was
50, on 57.5% shooting. That's
that
pretty
was
good.
the year. I think that was the season he had
That's
like.
probably it was.
Let me look that
Yeah,
up.
and you guys improved, so it probably was a little bit of optimism. Jamal
And
Crawford, 17 points a game. Stephon Marbury, 16. But as you can see, like Stephon Marbury kind of declined early, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
he just the thing about Marbury was he was one of these like athletic point guards, scoring point guards. That's why people talk about it nowadays. I'm like, I've been seeing this the last
Oh yeah, Marbury would have been great for this era.
first half of his career, but he would have been like fool's gold as well. Like that's what it's
Yeah,
almost
like he
like
would have. No, I'm just saying he would have put up numbers and highlights, and people would have liked him because of that.
put up he's one of like only 5 point guards. I want to say 2 or 3 point guards that averaged like 20 and 10 in a season. 20 points, 10 assists, and it was only him and Magic, if I'm not mistaken. You're making me look at these stats. We can do this.
Oscar Robertson.
As one of only 2 NBA players to average more than 20 points and 8 assists for his career. That was in 2004. And the other was guess who it was?
20 points and 8 assists for his career.
Yeah, the
I don't
one
think
who
Magic averaged 20 points for his career.
no.
It's Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's Oscar.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Good
But
good guess.
2007, so like there's not really much to say this season, is there? Is this a sexual harassment case? This has to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Only point. Hold on, I gotta look at this fucking.
Damn, I forgot Isiah Thomas was your coach for 2 full seasons.
They made him wear that. I think they were sick of him and they put him down there because it was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, who the hell was trying to coach for Isiah Thomas? That's what it sounds like. That's what it
2000
sounds like.
2007-8, you had Isiah Thomas again, 23 wins, 59 losses. And then Donnie Walsh comes in as the executive later in the season.
Right.
Ronaldo Balkman, rookie Wilson Chandler, Still Eddie Curry, Jamal Crawford, Stephon Marbury, Zach Randolph though. Zach Randolph came this season, 69 games for the Knicks.
Yes.
2008, same thing. Isaiah's coach, same roster, 23 wins, 59 losses. Donnie Walsh takes over though. Towards the end of the season, you get Zach Randolph. He had 69 games played for you guys this season and averaged 17 and 10.
But he was like a ball stopper.
That's crazy though. You guys had Jamal Crawford, Stephon Marbury, Zach Randolph, David Lee, and you still were terrible.
That's a horrendous team.
Is it? You know, like
Jamal,
Zach Randolph is one of the best players in Memphis Grizzlies history, if not the best.
okay, but you have Jamal Crawford and Marbury. Just think about
Yeah,
what.
I know. Well, I know Jamal Crawford's game very well. Stephon Marbury at that time, I wasn't watching him like that. But what?
How
He didn't
long?
play defense.
How long do you think Jamal Crawford is going to hold the ball for? How long
Oh,
do you think Marbury was pounding the ball for? And then how much time do you have to feed Zach Randolph, who needs another 4 or 5 seconds to set up his footwork
what about Curry
and his fancy schmancy plays?
and
Curry,
Curry?
who? Eddie Curry. It was just. I remember we made that trade, and my boy, shout out to my boy Jesus. He was like, "This is a horrendous deal. What do you mean you're excited about it?" And that was a draft day deal when we got Zach Randolph. Now that I remember this correctly, we traded for Zach Randolph during the draft. Steve
Obviously,
Francis and Channing Frye to the Blazers for Randolph and Dan Dickau and Fred Jones.
that's a good trade for you guys.
It
You're
was
winning. You're winning that trade though.
it was if we would have traded Eddie Curry.
Fair. But I guess so. It didn't. Nothing happened this year. Again, another year in the abyss.